Hi. I don't know what video you're seeing with this right now, but I didn't feel up to talking to the camera about this. So, winter break is a really interesting and kind of weird time for me. Over winter break, Ben and I go out to Tennessee to visit my family, and we go up to Michigan to visit his family, and then we come back down to Oklahoma, and we're usually gone somewhere between 2 to 3 weeks for that trip. On the one hand, it's a trip that requires a lot of planning, from like making sure everything gets packed to figuring out how long we're staying at each place and what family we'll see while we're there, to figuring out where we're going to overnight between each part of the trip, because the drives in between are kind of long. And so like there's a lot of mental energy that goes into making sure everything happens. But once I'm actually on break, I kind of stop planning anything. Like I enter this space where I'm just kind of floating from day to day and doing whatever seems good on that day. We might talk about the day before, what we're going to do the next day. I don't really work during that time and on much of anything, to be honest. And I'm in this space of just existing in each moment. And on the one hand, it's kind of freeing to not be constantly planning things and not pressuring myself to get stuff done. On the other hand, it can start being stressful, because sometimes I want to get things done and I kind of can't, because I'm not in my home space where I can focus and work. Like I'm staying in other people's houses, and it's family's houses, so it's not like that weird, but even then, like my usual surroundings for work and focus aren't there, and it just makes it hard to do things, to get productive things done. I kind of fade out of any kind of life beyond my immediate surroundings. I don't really check a whole lot of social media during these trips. I especially don't post to social media on these trips. And I also didn't really record anything while we were traveling, just because, I don't know, it was too much work to try to figure out from day to day. And also it felt kind of like interrupting the moment. And it's kind of nice to have that break again. But on the other hand, what happens is that when I come back into real life after seeing that everything on the internet has gone on without me for these 3 weeks, it kind of makes me wonder if anything I have to say is worth putting out there in the first place. And I don't mean for this to sound like oh, poor me, people don't pay attention to me thing. It's just, it starts to feel like more work to figure out what I do want to put out there about myself. So when I got back, I I didn't really know if I wanted to do more videos. And I've had a couple of weeks, and I actually talked to some people who were watching my videos and said that they were missing them. And that made me feel wanted, I guess. And so here we are again.
Hi. So it's Tuesday, and I have to go to campus to meet a student, and it's not that early, but I kept doing this thing where I was like, oh, I have time to do one more thing. Oh, I can do this other thing on my list. Oh, it's cool, I've got time, and then suddenly I don't have time. So I just called a Lyft, and they're coming to get me, and I'll go to campus and meet the student, and then do some other things, and then go get my hair done because my hair is super faded right now and also needs a cut. Yeah, I have jammed way too much stuff in my bag for the day because, I don't know, just because that's how I'm feeling right now. Jammed too much stuff in the bag. Cool. Hi. Good morning. It's Wednesday. Yesterday, I got fucking nothing done. I'm having some hip pain, which is not super uncommon for me. The problem is that this is a different kind of hip pain than I usually have, and I don't know what to do to make it better, and it's driving me crazy. And yesterday I came home from, getting my hair done, which, by the by, it looks great. But I got home after that and just ended up taking this, kind of, angry nap, but it was, also a I'm grouchy because I'm in pain nap. I'm just not doing very good at, doing things when I'm at home and meeting goals, and it's just been a lot of stuff that shouldn't be getting in the way of me doing things and meeting my goals, and it just is, and it's really annoying. So I don't know what to do about that yet. But now I need to call a Lyft because yesterday walking really exacerbated my hip pain. So I am not going to walk to campus this morning. It's also super gross out. So that's another reason. Hi. So it turns out that I felt so awful yesterday because I was coming down with something. By the end of the day, I had a scratchy throat, headache kind of thing happening, so I'm kind of taking a sick day today. I was supposed to go on campus for a meeting, and I'm just gonna Skype in for that. So I am trying to fix my laptop keyboard because I spilled Dr. Pepper on it last week. so I'm having to, the keyboard itself still works, but I'm having to go through and like pull up a bunch of now sticky keys to clean, which is super fun. But you know, the keyboard still works. That's the most important thing. Like, yes, cleaning these is kind of a pain, but you know, it's better than having to spend the money on a new keyboard. That's actually one of the nice things. So I've got like the Microsoft Surface tablet that just has the like type pad cover, and one of the nice things about that is that if you do spill something on the keyboard, which is the place you are most likely to spill something, it is less likely to get on the actual computer part of the computer. And so worst case scenario is you are, you know, replacing the type pad cover, which is only about $100 compared to, you know, $1,000 for a new computer. So yep, that's how I'm spending my time this morning, just mashing keys to see if they are sticky or not. This is what I get for having a Dr. Pepper, which I should have known was a mistake just in general. But I had a rough week last week and I felt like I needed a little extra pick-me-up. Look, kids, if you need a pick-me-up, you can't go wrong with fruit or black coffee. Actually, sometimes you can't go wrong with black coffee if it's too late in the day. I've had like this kind of list of home maintenance things this week that I've been trying to work my way through. Light bulbs that need to be replaced that we haven't replaced for a long time because we're lazy. Cleaning things. Like this keyboard has been out of commission due to being sticky for actually a week now, and I just haven't done anything because I have you know, I have a Bluetooth keyboard that I often use with my laptop, and I haven't needed to take it with me to school, so keyboard's just been sitting around. Hamster cage. Our hamster sadly passed over the break. He lived a good long hamster life. He died peacefully in his sleep on top of a pile of food, just as he lived, sleeping on top of a pile of food. But we've, you know, we don't have another hamster yet, so I've been trying to get the cage cleaned up and put away for now until we have a new rodent denizen. But that cage has been sitting in the bathtub for many days. A whole lot of days. I don't even know how long. Probably longer than this keyboard has been sitting around. So I'm going to try to take care of that today too, because sick days are just days for doing different kinds of work at home, I guess. But I'm hoping that as soon as I get through with these householdy things, I can get back on track with things like writing, because writing is not something that has happened a whole lot the last couple of weeks. And it's getting to the point where I'm just forgetting where I am in the whole thing, and that's not good. So I need to get back on that and write some stuff. Cool.
Hi. I do have the camera perched on a bowl right now because I'm trying to put on my shoes. It's Friday. I am feeling better. I ended up sleeping for a long time yesterday afternoon, and then I kind of had trouble falling asleep last night as a consequence. But I feel better. Throat's less scratchy, less sniffly, all that good stuff. So I am going to campus to teach for the day. In tech writing this morning, we're talking about resumes and how to do them and not fail completely at life. In first year comp, which I'm actually doing comp 2 this time, second semester, we're talking about stasis theory, which is, it's one of my favorite things to talk about. I go around educating all kinds of people about stasis theory. So, yeah, I got my keyboard put back together and discovered that I had lost one little piece. I lost a little hinge here. And I wasn't able to find it last night. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and order a new one today in case I never find it, because that's very possible. Okay, well, I have to go. It is that time.
How do you like the beer, Ben?
It's very good.
How do you like the unicorn plate, Ben?
It's very good. The donut's good too.
It is Sunday, Sunday evening, and it is not an exaggeration to say that I spent most of my waking hours yesterday on the couch playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. And I have no regrets about that, honestly. I'm currently playing through the Blue Lions storyline. I played the Golden Deer first, so. But we're 2 weeks into the semester and I'm not feeling great about the way things have been going in terms of me staying on top of work and also staying on top of my other projects that I'm trying to work on, including the novel. So the novel is one big project I'm working on. The other project is a research project on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, which is requiring me to rewatch, and in some cases watch for the first time, but watch a lot of episodes of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver and take notes. So I have been spending some time this Sunday evening, planning out my week in a little bit of more detail, going ahead and putting in time for things like writing, making a list of the grading that needs to happen this week so that I can already see that and not be wondering what I should be doing with my time. And also I want to do better about packing lunches to take with me to campus, because I have found that I am finding eating lunch to be a terrible hardship for some reason, and I think it would be a lot easier if instead of having to make a decision about where I am going to get that food, if I just already have that food with me. So that is part of what is on here for this week. So I'm hoping that with a little bit of planning, and also with this week being, this will actually be the first normal week I've had all semester. The first week I was subbing for a workmate, and so I was on campus weird days and times for that. And then last week was, there's a holiday at the start, and there were also meetings throughout the week, and it just got weird. This will be a normal week, quote unquote normal. So I'm hoping that will help. So I guess this is the end of this video, but we'll see how this week goes in the next one.